Okay, so it's always so funny whenever I have to wait for the live version to start up. Woohoo! I am so excited to have this beautiful person here with me. Can you please state your name for the audience?
Emma Means.
And what is your relationship to me?
I'm your mother.
And that's a good thing, right? I make you happy, I make you proud.
Yes, thank you.
She told me, she was like, "Can you please like feed the questions to me earlier?" I'm like, "Mama, we're gonna have a conversation." Like that is all we're doing. Like, and I'm sitting here like, so y'all forgive me. I always have to start the live, and then I go in and I start and I have to share with folks like, "Hey, yo, sign on." Like I'm doing this thing with my mom. And so yes, so I'm really excited about this. I know that you are nervous because you're not accustomed to doing this, but you should be accustomed to doing it. You know why? You know why, Emma? Mama, I'm sorry. Do you know why you should be excited,
No, no,
Mom?
no, no, no. Be excited about being nervous.
No, be excited about being visible. It's like part of part of what makes me for real not be afraid of any of this is because, like, I'm your daughter. So like you be representing and I represent, and so I wanted us to represent together as I prepare to do this first my first virtual production. A lot of my stuff that I write, comes from childhood memories, but this particular one has always been one that I wanted to do. Okay, I'm sharing this up, just one more share on Facebook. Okay, here we go. I finally was able to get the right deal up. But this particular childhood memory was so interesting for me. And every time I have ever told this story, or when I was doing excerpts of it, and like at the theater group that I'm a part of here in Raleigh, Sips and Script. Every time I've ever done anything with this story, people have always been fascinated by it. They were fascinated, and what captured my attention was that well, a couple of things. So let me go ahead and tell people kind of what is the story that we're talking about. So the story that we're sharing is the story I keep referencing. Is called Call and Response, and it's the story. It's based on a childhood memory of a woman that my mother used to work with. And I thought that this was like, I was so fascinated by just the whole thing. This woman had recruited mom to be a bridesmaid for her wedding. The problem was she wasn't engaged. She just had like a vision. She already knew who the husband, like who her groom was. I didn't know that at the time. All I remember is this woman didn't. She was planning a wedding. She didn't have a groom, and she had recruited you, mom, as one of her bridesmaids. Because I still remember that chiffon dress that you came home with.
It was a pretty dress.
It was beautiful. You just got rid of it a couple of years ago. I remember that. I was like kind of wishing that you'd have held on to it because I felt like that style is coming back.
Well, I had no idea that you were even interested in that story.
Which is what's so fascinating for me about childhood memories, because we never know what people are paying attention to. So what was the like? Give us the behind the scenes story. Like what was the deal with that whole deal?
You mean about what she was planning to do?
Yeah, just how she came to you and all of that.
Well, she just came to me and said that the Lord told her she was going to get married, and she wanted me to be one of the bridesmaids.
And did you? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you just ask me the question.
No, so I was asking you what I was about to say, but I felt like you were about to lead into it anyway. When she asked you to be a bridesmaid, did you know that she wasn't engaged, or that there was no groom yet?
I don't remember if I knew that or not.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I handled her gingerly. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Why? Which is kind of your way. You're that way. You're that way with everyone, which is why people love you so. That's just your way. But why were you so gingerly with her?
Well, because I didn't think she had a groom ready. I didn't think, but I couldn't tell her what God told her. I mean, I couldn't say God didn't tell you that. I just kind of rolled along with her.
Hmm. Hmm. And I think that was that was what was so fascinating for me, is that your way with people in general is to just say, okay, you know what, who am I to decide whether God told you to do this, that, or the other? But I also thought that you had bought that dress, and that's not what happened.
No, the wedding was going to happen so fast. As I remember, she bought all of the dresses,
Hmm. Hmm.
but I can't remember how many.
But she never gave y'all a date or anything.
No, no. The only thing she said, it was coming up on a weekend, and I asked her, "What are you going to do this weekend?" And she said, "Well, we're supposed to have that thing that you have before the wedding, that
Oh,
night,
the rehearsal
the
dinner.
rehearsal. We're supposed to have a rehearsal on Friday night." I had no clue that we were having a rehearsal
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
because I was planning my weekend.
Okay. Okay. And so the rehearsal dinner happened or no?
No, it didn't happen. There was no wedding.
Did she call y'all and say, y'all, listen, we're not doing a rehearsal dinner?
No, and I really don't remember any other conversation after that, to be perfectly honest. Because it's been so long ago.
Okay. Hmm.
I
But
just don't
she
remember.
continued to, okay. So she just, like, you just held on to the dress and we just never again touched that whole situation.
Yeah, I just left the dress in the closet. Then I
Good.
outgrew it. So, well, I didn't outgrow it. It was actually a bridesmaid's dress, and I wasn't trying to be anybody's bridesmaid with that dress. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the dress was beautiful. And what I thought was fascinating about that story was, I remember, so my construct for what a woman should be if she was trying to get a man was that she needed to be pretty. She needed to wear makeup and, be girly. And what I remember about that woman was that she was really dowdy. She didn't wear makeup and she was really thin, and like there was nothing fashionable about her. And so I remember thinking, now who is this man that's about to marry her? So I watched to see what would happen, and I watched to see if God was going to provide, a groom for her. And and like I said, you never mentioned it again. Like we never saw her again, and it was like, it was what it was. But I just thought that was a really interesting. I don't know, just that whole scene, just it fascinated me, really did. Like
well,
I ain't gonna lie.
well, I knew who the groom was supposed to be
Hmm.
because we went to church together. Me and the
Hmm.
groom did.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I knew, but
Okay.
I didn't know anything other than who he was, and
Okay.
that's who she had her sights on.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. All right. What are your thoughts about childhood memories, and particularly me putting them on stage?
Well, you remember a lot of stuff that I don't remember.
Which is so interesting. But I think that's I think that is just the way God has equipped me. Like, truth be told, it was like, okay, this one is going to tell stories, and she will engage her memory. So that's that's the bottom line. Okay. You have seen rehearsals for the show. What are your thoughts on it? Call and response.
Well, it's a good show. To me, it was, when I first read the script, I thought this is odd.
Hmm. Hmm.
I couldn't wrap my head around the whole premise.
Hmm. How it's going to come
But
out?
I guess I don't want to have to tell the story. They'll have to watch it. But I'm
No.
like, how does this go?
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
And what was so interesting is that that's why you have to look. Number one, you got to watch who you let read, because when the festival goers, so the show is being featured in the Women's Theater Festival, when they read it, they thought it was amazing. It was like so layered, and they were so interested. And even when I was casting the lead character, Iris Huey, who's going to play the lead character, Kathy, I let her read the whole script first to like let me know like kind of her bandwidth, and if she had the energy to kind of go with it. And like she was emailing me in the middle of the night, like, "Oh my God!" Like that was like everyone had this really sort of visceral reaction to it. But once you were able to see it played out, what were your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I was able to get on board, but it was like this is way out there. Is what I
Mm-hmm.
thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know you prefer like one of them Tyler Perry plays. Is that more your bag?
Well, I mean, I like a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm not just stuck anywhere, but that was just odd. That's all I can say. It was odd to me.
Okay, so my first interview is saying that my production is odd, but you will say that it's worth watching, correct?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, my first when you from the first of the story,
The first
and
read,
I'm
yeah.
like, my first read, and I'm like, how, what?
Yeah, yeah. Which is it was so funny. I had an interview yesterday, and the guy was like, "No, I'm sorry, Kiana Key is the was she was the interviewer, and she was saying that one of the things that she thought was interesting was how we never know kind of how like what hope looks like."
Yeah,
And so I'm like, well, I said my language isn't really hope, it's resilience. Like it's the fact that we all have a reason to believe that everything is going to be fine. But if we just continue to, just to plug through and to do what we know to do, then it works out eventually. So, okay, well, this was easy enough for you, huh?
fine.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining me. I want to put my the graphic up. We have two shows, one coming up this Saturday, July 18, and that show is 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, part of the Women's Theater Virtual Festival. And then another show is going to be for the West Coast viewers. We are doing it again July 25th, the following Saturday. That show will run 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. on the West Coast. So we're looking forward to that. Check my Facebook page, YouTube channel, WTF 2020. They have all of the information there, and looking forward to seeing y'all through. All right.